So what's one thing that you can do? You can do a house detox, reduce the amount of chemicals in your house. Now, I'm not asking you to paint, strip everything, because that's chemicals, and repaint your house in a non-chemical based paint. We're not going to go that extreme. Let's just talk about little things. So let's start in the pantry. So what I want you to do is go to the pantry and pick off one thing off the shelf from every shelf and just look at the ingredients. So for example, a tomato sauce, you know, we're Aussies, we like our meat pies. Have a look at the tomato sauce. Does it just say tomatoes and water? No, it doesn't. It says tomatoes, water, food preservatives, additives, you know, blah, 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 blah. And do you know where that tomato came from? If it's a Heinz tomato soup, is it an organic tomato soup with no pesticides? I doubt it. The process that they go through in their factories, do you think that's without chemicals? I doubt it. How do you think they clean all their equipment? With bleachers, probably. Is that chemicals? Yes. Does it leave a residue that gets into your food? Yes. So just look at things in your pantry, and if it's got things on there that you don't understand, that look like some big, long chemistry lab, you don't need it. Do things like pesticide-free food. You don't have to buy organic. Because at the end of the day, organic is expensive because it costs the farmers over $25,000 a year just to have a stamp that says, I'm organic. So if you go to, so for example, Susie and myself, we go to our local farmers market every Saturday morning for our fruit and veggie and meat shopping. So we speak to the people selling us the food. Do you use chemicals in your food production? Some will say, yes, we do. Some will say, no, we don't. And some have both. So they have the chemical-free stuff and then they have the conventional stuff. So we know where our food is coming from, who's producing it and how they produce it. So we choose them. They're not all certified organic. So the prices aren't ridiculous. Plus, we know we're getting to help the person that produced the food. So for me, that is so much more... it fills my heart more than just going to Coles and just buying something that probably came from Ecuador, who knows. So really look at what you're buying that you're putting in your body, that you eat, because your food is your fuel. So do you want to fuel yourself with chemicals, or do you want to fuel yourself with non-chemical food? Because there's a bit of research out there at the moment that shows that even a week after you switch from a chemical produced food to non-chemical produced foods, the level of pesticides and insecticides in your urine decreases by 80% after 7 days. So it doesn't take you that long to decrease the load, but you really need to start looking at what you're putting in your body. So another thing in the house, the laundry. So, you know, are you using Omo or Coal Power? I don't even know if they still exist, because I use an eucalyptus oil from a place up the road that makes it. So I know I'm washing my clothes in eucalyptus and lemon myrtle, and they both have antimicrobial properties, yada yada. They're good for the environment and they're good. I don't have a chemical load on my clothes. So when I put my clothes on in the morning, I'm not exposing myself to more chemicals. The cleaning products I use, I don't use Domestos and I don't even know, was it Mr. Muscle or whoever, like I don't use those products because it's just chemicals. And that means like my little son who's 17 months old, he touches something, he gets exposed to chemicals. Why would I want that? So what do I use? I use a product called That's Awesome, because you know what? It's awesome. It is a fruit extract product that is safe for the environment and safe for us. You spray it on, you wipe over it, and the enzymes will slowly break apart because you leave it on, you don't have to wash it off. It saves me so much time. Plus, I know that it's doing, you know, the fruit enzymes are breaking down all the bacteria and mold or whatever that happens to be in my house. So, and that one product does my floors, my walls, my bathrooms, my tiles, like everything. So we don't use chemical cleaning products here, and they are still just as good as the chemical ones, if not better, because they don't leave a residue. Beauty products. Now, you've probably been watching me on videos. I don't tend to wear makeup because I don't feel like I need it. Plus, why do I want to spend 15 minutes every morning making myself pretty when I'm already pretty in my own eyes? And why would I want to be putting crap on my face? So I've done a little bit of research into, Maybelline and Revlon or whoever those people are, and there are so many chemicals in their products. It astounds me that a foundation has a list of like 400 chemicals in it. Why would I want to put that on my face? So the one time that I've worn makeup in the last 4 years was for my own wedding. Did I use Revlon? No, I didn't. I used a product called Inica. It is a mineral-based makeup, and my face felt nice. I didn't break out in acne. I didn't get itchy eyes. I wasn't irritated by anything. There was no fragrance in it, so I didn't, it was a lovely experience to have that quality makeup on my face. So you could look at that. Perfume. Don't get me started on perfume. Like, my eyes were opened about perfume when I went into the Amazon the first time in Brazil. They were telling me about how they strip the trees to get a fragrance for Chanel No. 5, yada, yada. So I was like, whoa, they're doing what to the trees in the Amazon? Like the world's lungs? Like, what's happening here? So I looked into it a little bit. And perfumes and I have never really got along. They irritate me. They make me sneeze. They make me get asthma. I don't wear them. But I used to work in a hospital where all the nurses would wear a perfume, and I would go into handover in the morning. There'd be 10 of us there. I would have to have the door open and my head hanging out the door because I couldn't handle the fumes. So I looked into it. It's chemicals. Everything is chemicals, down to the fragrance. It's all made in a lab. So already just listening to me, you realize how many chemicals you're exposed to before you even have your breakfast. So what can you use instead? Essential oils. Like, I use a product called On Guard by a company called doTERRA. It's got cinnamon, orange, clove, eucalyptus, and something else. And you know what? I smell like, people hug me and they go, oh my God, you smell like a fruitcake. I could just eat you. I've never had somebody say, ew, you stink. Oh, can you not come near me because your scent makes me sneeze? And the good thing about the doTERRA, all of those essential oils are actually protecting my immune system from picking up viruses and bacteria and stuff like that. So it's a dual purpose. It protects me as well as makes me smell lovely, and it's not full of chemicals. What else have I not covered? The garden. So vinegar. Vinegar is a beautiful mold mildew killer. Vinegar is a beautiful weed killer. And yes, vinegar is a chemical, but it is not extraordinarily toxic. Like, when you can have fish and chips and put vinegar on it, it's not going to kill you. But if you put Roundup on your fish and chips, I can guarantee you will not be a very well person. Now, talking about Roundup, in America, it's banned. For mums and dads, it is now no longer available because they keep getting sued, because people keep getting like blood cancers and all sorts of things. So they've taken it off the shelf. Australia hasn't yet, because Australia doesn't really care about that yet, because they're not being sued enough to do anything about it. So just little things in the garden like that. So we've done beauty, we've done garden, we've done food, done laundry. That's about it. So it gives you an idea of all these things that you're exposing yourself to that you don't need to. You really don't. There are so many different alternatives. One thing I haven't talked about is your water. So have you ever moved into a house and asked for a water quality test? I haven't. But I can tell you now, town water that you get, you turn your tap on, you drink it, it's full of fluoride, known neurotoxin, banned in a lot of countries. Australia still uses it. Chlorine is a chemical. Yes, it kills bacteria and stuff like that, but it's ingesting you, and you have good bacteria, so it's killing your good bacteria too. So what do? I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I have a water filter there. So we fill that up. I've got one downstairs in the clinic. I've got one upstairs. Plus I get 15-litre tubs from Montville Mist, which is a natural spring water, for my clinic patients. So you can put filters on your shower. You can put filters on the mains. At the end of the day, your water isn't clean either. So, you might filter what you're drinking, but you're still showering in it. You're still washing your clothes and stuff in it, full of chemicals. So not even the thing that sustains us is good for us. So it's big, it's huge. What you can do in your house to reduce your chemical load is massive and easy. So if you want to learn a little bit more about how you can do it, or get a few of my resources, or ask me what products I use and where I get them, just comment below. I am more than happy to help you and answer, because I feel like that this is the key to why diseases are so prevalent now that weren't prevalent back in the day, pre-industrial revolution, because the chemicals, it's just more and more and more every day. So I hope you've really enjoyed today. I hope you've learned something. Please comment below if you need any help or you just want to say, hell yeah, chemicals suck. Write it below. All right, thank you again for watching. It's been a real pleasure and we'll see you next week.